Europe has to be very careful. They're doing a lot of things.
The transatlantic alliance is cracking. President Donald Trump has gone all out against Brussels, accusing Europe of censorship, political overreach, and a dangerous identity crisis. As the EU finds Elon Musk's X, Trump warns the continent is changing in very bad ways.
That was pretty amazing. You're talking about, is that European Union or is it, who did that? European Union or UK?
Yeah, European Commission.
Whoa, that's a nasty one.
I don't know.
Elon has not called me to ask for help in that one. But no, it's a tough thing. I don't think it's right. No, I don't think it's right. I don't see, how they can do that. No. I'll speak about it later. I'm going to get a full report on it. Look, Europe has to be very careful. They're doing a lot of things. We want to keep Europe Europe. Europe is going in some bad directions. It's very bad for the people. We don't want Europe to change so much. They're going in some very bad directions. That was a big thing.
Trump's new national security strategy calls Europe weak, censored, and overrun by migration. EU leaders are furious, accusing the US of trying to manipulate European politics and empower a new generation of nationalist parties.
We have differences in our vision of the world, but it goes beyond that. It is true that this US strategy continues to talk about Europe as an ally, and that is good. But if you are allies, you have to act as an ally. And allies do not threaten to interfere in the lives, in the domestic political choices of their allies. We respect them. We respect each other's sovereignty. Surely, several Europeans do not share the same vision as the Americans on various subjects, and it's natural that they don't share the same vision that we have. What he cannot accept is this threat of interference in the political life of Europe. The United States cannot replace European citizens to choose which are the right parties and which are the wrong parties. The United States cannot replace Europe in terms of our vision of freedom of expression.
Europe is pushing back, or at least pretending to. In London, leaders including Emmanuel Macron tried to flex their leverage in Ukraine peace talks, insisting Europeans still hold cards in their hands.
I think we all support Ukraine, and we all support peace and peace negotiations to have a sustainable, a robust peace. And I think we have a lot of cards in our hands. The financing and the furniture of equipment and training programs to Ukraine, the fact that Ukraine is resisting in this war, and the fact that the Russian economy is starting to suffer, especially after our latest sanctions and the US sanctions. And now I think the main issue is the convergence between our common positions, Europeans and Ukrainians, and the US to finalize these peace negotiations and a new phase in the best possible conditions for Ukraine, for the Europeans, and for our collective security. Thank you.
But Trump isn't impressed. He claims Zelenskyy hasn't even read the American peace plan, while Russia is already fine with it. As the US and EU argue, Ukraine is becoming the bargaining chip. Caught in the crossfire, Zelenskyy rushed to plead for Western unity, warning that Ukraine cannot manage this war without both Washington and Brussels aligned.
I think that is very important now to organize such to meet and discuss very sensitive issues regarding to peace talks, what we had in the United States and between us, and our team came back, and I think that they will brief us after talks with the American team and after talks of Americans with Russians. I think there are a lot of what we have to discuss, to speak about certain things which are very important for today. I think unity between Europe and Ukraine, and also unity between Europe, Ukraine, and the United States. There are some things which we can't manage without Americans, things which we can't manage without Europe, and that's why we need to make some important decisions.
From London to Brussels, Zelenskyy is scrambling for security guarantees as Europe fears being sidelined, and the US demands that Europe finally pay for its own defense. Trump sees a peace deal that ends Europe's dependency on America. EU leaders see a forced settlement, one that could reshape borders and geopolitics. And Zelenskyy? He could become collateral damage in a superpower struggle over Europe's future.